Hi guys, welcome back to Bar Exam. It's your girl Allie Rayner, and as you can tell, I'm here with the Bar Exam crew. We're already getting it in. We're already chopping it up. We also have a special guest here today. Welcome to our special guest. Uh, Shane, are you gonna? There you go. There he is.
What up, though, y'all? It's LOC, all the way from the mitten. Thanks for having me on. I can't wait to, go crazy with y'all.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. And then, of course, Mr. Marcus TV. What's up, Marcus?
What up? What up?
And Eric G. How you feeling, Eric?
What's good? What's good?
What's up? So I hope everybody had a really nice week. I don't think that there was anything crazy that happened this week, thankfully, right? So let's get right into what we're discussing this week. What's coming before the bar is basically, I don't even know how to say the name of this topic because it's not a very simple topic. We went around and we decided to, how do I say it, Shane? I guess we picked the rappers that make music for a specific audience. So, for example, I can't do the one that we first started this whole conversation on. I would say for me personally, one of the people that I picked for mine was Megan Thee Stallion because she was one of the biggest people who dropped this week. She dropped Cobra, so I had to definitely do one for her, and I had to say for her, it has to be Megan Thee Stallion makes music for women who secretly want to slap the shit out of all of their friends. Honestly,
Mm.
like,
Mm.
especially when you listen to Cobra, does anybody else get that vibe of like, she secretly is really fed up with all of y'all?
See,
And
Damn.
Megan gives me different vibes.
okay, what does she give you?
Megan gives me vibes of I don't want to be a hoe, but I want to go to rehab. Like
Hmm.
like it's a like I don't feel like she's hit, and I actually thought with her Tory situation she hit rock bottom, and I don't, it's just like any other addiction in rehab, you until you're ready to make those strides and those commitment, you're gonna always relapse, and I always feel like Megan is a continual relapse. Like you never know that she's healed. She's just
Oh,
gonna keep going through this vicious cycle, and then say afterwards, like that makes it all better and shit. Like that, but it's never like you can never take Megan seriously. But then until it's time for her to sign a contract, then it's that then she turns into the Law and Order on the stand, with the fucking Olivia Benson fucking leather vest and shit, and she, you don't know what the fuck you finna get from Megan. She's like, I just don't know what happened, and she's all innocent. Like, remember
hmm.
that movie? Well, I'm gonna throw out a movie reference. Hopefully, Allie, you've seen it. You know, it, I get a little crazy. I shouldn't drink. And then, like, 2 seconds later, after this little sip of yak, get over here. And, it's all this shit. So, yeah,
Okay,
Meg,
okay.
Megan, Megan is a wild one. But I feel that, she do want to slap her friends.
Okay. Well, I mean, I agree with the she's a wild one. I will also say that it does seem like she needs to heal. Like we've said that before, because it seems as though she brings up the topic of like she's going through a lot of shit. And like you said, that Tory Lane stuff, he just now got convicted, right? But it's still like it just now got handled legally. And I feel like she also just now got people, or at least the internet, to stop talking about it or making fun of her for it, and calling her a liar specifically. So I think you're right. There's obviously a lot that's happened, and she does need to heal. And I think it's interesting though that you say the whole hoe thing, like she doesn't want to be a hoe or like doesn't want to come out as a hoe. But I feel like all she did before was talk about in her music about how she was out here thoughting and she was okay with it. Like she always talked about multiple boyfriends. That was a big theme in her other songs. But now, since we know her to have been with Party and that whole thing happened, I think that it was interesting that she put that in Cobra. And so I think you're kind of right in terms of like, I think she does give off this whole I'm a badass boss ass bitch, but sometimes she also seems like a victim, and we're not sure how we're supposed to categorize her at any moment. So I think that was really,
Yeah.
perceptive of you to have picked up.
I don't think Megan is the leader of the hoes or the thoughts. Like I think you got to get that to one of the three. You can either give it to Suki, you can give it to Sexy Red, you can give it to Glorilla. You can even make the case for Cardi, but I just don't think that fucking Megan Thee Stallion is in that fucking.
I think that she was one of the people who helped start it, because I for sure think it was Cardi. Like, what was it? She was online talking about like hoes never get cold or whatever. Then it was Megan, like all the hotties, we driving the boat, we out here, we popping it, all this shit. And then it was a little bit more Suki. Now Sexy Red is having her moment. So I think that she's one of like the founding. I don't know, not fathers, founding mothers of
She's the founding thought of thoughts.
The founding thoughts.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
What does everybody else think though?
I think you got to go back further for real. Like I grew up, I feel like most of us here, I know me and Shane grew up with like Trina. I mean, even before that, you got Lil Kim, right? They was on that same stuff before, these Nickies of today. And I love Nicki. I love Cardi B. I love most of these female rappers. I think that I said this on social media the other day that I think the females are running the rap game right now. Every hit record that comes out seems to be one of them, if not every time type shit. So they're definitely running shit right now. But I don't know. Sex always sold. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was never... It was. I feel like if you say who started it, I mean, for me, probably like Lil Kim, maybe Lil Kim, the brand.
Yeah. She's definitely like the foundation. I feel like Kim is the blueprint for a lot of the artists, the female artists nowadays, for sure. I was thinking more about like in the last recent years. I just feel like for some reason.
For sure. Oh, what about City Girls? I forgot about City Girls.
City Girls, you're right.
Yeah, we forgot about them.
Right.
I just think it goes through different eras.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
With the female rappers that have paved the way more so less, because if they didn't make it that big, then we didn't really catch them on the radar, and they weren't really changing the landscape of what every other woman was doing. Like it takes a woman like Trina for every other girl to want to be like her. It takes a Nicki to come along for every other girl to want to be like her. So there's plenty of examples, but the key thing is that the shit that they do also has to be popping. So there's a reason why every girl on Halloween was dressed up like Sexy Red, because the shit that she's doing is popping, because girls like the shit that she's doing so easily. So it's gonna pop that much harder. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
like it was the same thing with Nicki when Nicki first came out. I remember when every girl was dressed like Nicki Minaj for Halloween. It's the same exact shit. So it just comes and goes in different eras. But I just think that we look at it in the thotty term now, because that's just where we're at with it now.
Right.
But throughout every era, there's just been a different term for it at that time. You know what I mean? And that's just where we're at with it right now. Yeah. Right now, Sexy Red's leading it, and in a few years, there will be another one to come along and lead it.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
That scares me. That scares the shit out of me. Because to know why, so just to know, okay, just in what we've just said, like full synopsis and cycle. Kim gave birth to this. It went from this in different eras. To know that Sexy Red could be the birth of whoever we've unseen yet scares the shit out of me.
I mean, but you could say the same thing about male rappers. Jay-Z was the birth of a lot of drug dealers. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of that you could put. Jeezy probably birthed a whole lot of Push probably, we
Damn,
can't.
she said Push. Okay.
Jeezy definitely birthed a lot of drug dealers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like so I just feel like they're not the only ones. Like females are not the only ones who are like influencing, and not always in the best light. Like a lot of Dirk. Oh my God, the people that Dirk and NBA YoungBoy they were influenced by and who they're gonna influence. Oh my God, like that's who I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Sexy Red and her friends popping up at the party and popping pussy. I'm actually not really worried about that. I'm worried about Dirk and his friends with the Scully mask and all that bullshit. So
it's funny that you mentioned YoungBoy because he was actually on my list. That was who I had,
All right.
Yeah, so I feel like NBA YoungBoy makes music definitely for people or for people who eat red crayons. You knew that kid. You knew that kid that ate crayons and that wrote had to write their name and they had to oh shit. Oh yeah, here, I had to find a pen. Like they had this is the pen, right? Everybody else does this, but if you're an NBA YoungBoy fan, you just with your whole fist over the head. That was an NBA YoungBoy. That's how you wrote your name, and that's how you got your points on your extra credit project because you wrote with your whole head. That's what I feel like. And when people tell me that they're like, "Oh yeah, I listen to YoungBoy," I instantly think of like Little Short Bus and Safety Monitor Vest, like. Instantly, like when you tell me you're an NBA YoungBoy fan, not just that you listen to him or like one song. That's not. But when you say, "Oh yeah, I'm a fan," I instantly think that like, "Yep, you're a window licker on the special bus."
I will say I've noticed it's always been the younger crowd. Like for me personally, I've never had anybody who's my age tell me that they're an NBA YoungBoy fan. It's always been like some little kid, like. I think the most recent was probably like this 18-year-old told me like, yeah, you don't listen to NBA YoungBoy, and I was like, oh man, that's not my shit. But you tell me all about it, So I think it also for him is he's very much within a specific age range. It's the teens. It's the ones who are still riding the bus, any bus.
I get that. Yeah, they definitely be riding them motherfuckers. Like. Ooh, shit! And that's I guess maybe that's another thing. We all have corporate jobs or good jobs. We know the code switch when to turn it on, when to turn it off. Every YoungBoy fan that be listening to me, like we can listen to Jay-Z or Jeezy or right now at our job and just be vibing, still doing the job. But when an NBA YoungBoy fan is playing and rapping YoungBoy, they ain't doing the job. They stop. They performing. They think that they on stage. It's like that. What's that?
That Bobby Shmurda video when he was rapping at the rapping in front of the label on top of that table.
Yeah, and I feel like they hear in their head is that Kodak Black DJ. Get him black. One time. Yeah. And he thought he was killing it in that audition. I know exactly what you're talking about, Eric. And he was like, and those they were like, "Oh my God, what is this? What are we doing?"
What did you think about that though? Like, just as a little quick sidebar, because as somebody who also performs and raps and stuff, and like has kind of been expected to, I don't want to say like minstrel show, but stuff that I don't feel comfortable doing. Like, what did you think about that, Bobby Shmurda, when he was performing in front of? I think that was like Epic Records, or can't remember the label.
Yeah, that was just not a good look. It just wasn't a good look for a number of reasons. Number one, the way that just the whole presentation of it just looked a little suspect to me. You have him rapping on a table, and then it looks like someone is filming it from their phone and then they're like zooming in to like catch what he's doing. Almost like they shouldn't even be taking the video in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you see everyone just like kind of looking up and staring at him while he's performing and with no reaction, nobody doing anything. It just looked really suspect. And the I will say like the comments pretty much was the exact consensus. Like everybody pretty much said the exact same thing. Like it looked nuts. It really did. And at the time, that was when Bobby was like, about to like really blow. So
check your
for
connection.
that to
You're
come
coming
out
in
like
and out.
that just was not the greatest look.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're having a little bit of connection.
Eric, you're coming in and out. Check your connection.
I don't know what's going on. But while Eric is fixing that on his end, I actually agree. I totally agree. I felt like it was cringy, but the thing is that I think it's only cringy to people who might not who might not like have wanted to see their idol or like one of their favorite rappers be in that light. The truth is I think it's more of like a realistic view of what rappers have to do to get noticed, especially when they go to these record labels. And it shows the disconnect, I thought, more between the label and the artist who's trying to get this label to be behind them. Because like you said, they were just staring at him. They were just looking at him like, what the, so, and it looked like he was really trying to do anything to get energy into that room. So I actually kind of applaud him for like really just being able to be like balls to the wall and being like, I'm going to jump on the table. I'm going to try and get some energy in here. It didn't come off well. It clearly didn't work that great, but I understand an artist being desperate enough and being like, I have to do something in here with a room full of people who don't truly give a fuck about my music, clearly, and I'm just gonna try and do my best.
That's a really good point, actually, because it's hard shit to perform in a room with no energy.
With full of the Illuminati, that's it. It's just you and them, just you and some reptile with human skin on.
Like, and they were listening to Taylor Swift like moments before you came in. That's what they
for sure.
Really,
100% were.
And then you came in, and they're like, you're holding meeting for this, you know what I mean? So that's what it gave to me. But anyway, we gotta get back on topic. So we were originally talking about NBA YoungBoy was Marcus's pick. I agree that I was thinking in general we all agree that he's more for the kids, like we said, for the kids who ride the bus. And then anybody else got picked? Eric, do you got a pick?
Yeah, I got one. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good now.
Okay, cool. So I was thinking a little bit, and I was trying to choose between a few different people, but one came to me, and I wanted to talk about this. And I think currently Drake makes music for the dudes that stand around in the club on the section by the tables with bottles in their hand, passing it around to their friends. Ain't talking to no chicks.
No, that's so funny that you say that because you kind of read my mind. I was gonna say something very similar, but I like yours a lot more. I just feel like Drake makes music for guys who think they're so incredibly deep, and they play him when they leave the club, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm deep. I gotta hit my ex up," and she's like, yo, you're so fucking shallow, bro. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? But he thinks that, like, he's a poet. And she's like, bro, this is garbage, So
it's just a lot of fake machismo in the music now. And that's what I'm noticing a lot. Like, you take a lot of what you heard on for All the Dogs, and a lot of it just sounds very uninspired. Mm-hmm. Like, you find your moments of like flashes in the pan where you can tell that he still got it, but also you can just tell that it's a lot of phoning it in. Mm-hmm. Like, that first person shooter song should not have gone the way that it did. And there really shouldn't have even had to have been a part 2 to it, because I'm sorry, but J. Cole absolutely smoked him on that. Like, there was no reason for that to have had happen. Like, that's insane.
That was truly insane.
This is a real quick sidebar because I agree, but I think I think to the point of Drake, the album is called what?
All the Dogs.
For All the Dogs. If the album is called anything else, it's a good Drake album. I really feel like the name of the album set himself up for a false narrative expectation of what we want to hear from him. If he could have named it anything else. He could have introducing my son to the world to my son. I don't give a fuck what he said.
Adonis, right?
And it would have been this is a cool little Drake album. This is normal Drake. This is we would have talked about it like Khaled. It's the same cat. Khaled gives you the same thing. We wouldn't have even, but it was like, he's gonna be spoken for the dogs. This is gonna be, and no, it just. I think he had a bad album title.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, this wasn't For All the Dogs was not the album title to go with, because I agree with you completely. I think our expectations, we thought we were going to get something else, and what we got was kind of what we got is the same Drake that we have gotten for the past couple of years, but again, setting that expectation with that title, even with that cover, to have your son make the cover, like, we're expecting you to go in this place, and then for it to basically be what we've heard for the past like couple of years, or to basically also be possibly leftovers from the album that you just did with 21. Like, it's like, we can tell.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever consider that he made the album and realized, like, what my fans want is some shit called For All the Dogs, but what I made is not that, and I need this shit to sell? Like, could it possibly be he knew it was a marketing thing? Because honestly, to me, I felt like For All the Dogs, he could have used that title for the project he did with 21. Personally, I feel like that made way more sense. But I think that he also knew, like, I already made this shit, like, and I'm not gonna, like, maybe he didn't want to throw that stuff away, so.
It does feel like the album titles should be switched.
Right?
It almost does feel like that. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah. So, but I love your pick though, Eric. I think you're totally right in general. So, yeah. And then, okay, so then what about our special guest though? Do you have a
Yeah, I don't know if this one is like, I was looking over some other ones. Drake has like 8 million. So I'll do a Drake one first. Drake makes music for niggas who order an ice cream cone and ask for a spoon with it.
Niggas are not allowed to do that.
That's how I feel about Drake. Now let me explain. Drake, like, kind of like alluding to what Eric said about the machismo. Nigga, you are Wheelchair Jimmy, bro. Right? You're from Toronto.
Damn.
You're from Toronto. No, Lil Wayne, he discovered you, right?
Yeah.
So, and like everybody that knows me know I fuck with Wayne, but Wayne was never like really hard or nothing like that, right? Birdman picked Wayne up when he was like 13, 12 type shit. So like y'all never really had it like y'all saying in these songs. You was eating ice cream with a spoon, bro. That's what you was doing. Be honest, out the cone. That's it's okay. I love Drake. We all got Drake songs we love, right?
Yeah.
The one with Alicia Keys, Fireworks, is like a classic. That's like a top 5 Drake song for me. But he's still the type, he makes songs for niggas who eat ice cream cones with spoons, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Did you guys catch recently Joe Budden went on like it's the Need to Know podcast, and one of the guys on there pulled up a clip of Drake and Joe talking back in the day before Drake really blew the fuck up and went crazy. I think it was like around like the first year or two that he came out, and it is him talking to Joe Budden. Joe is recording, and I have never seen Drake look so, like you said, like Aubrey. He looked so Aubrey. It was so ridiculous. The way he was talking, I've never really heard Drake, or I've never heard him speak outside of like the acting or outside of like the interviews and it. You know what I mean? Like just off of someone's random camera, like, hey buddy, talk to the camera real quick.
There was a definite transition in Drake's persona over time, like from the very beginning when he was dropping what was the name of his shit? Like So Far Gone and all that shit before that, basically. Comeback season Drake is a totally different nigga than the nigga that we see right now. Like,
yeah, for
he must
sure.
be around some goons or something. He was like, oh, this is what I gotta do now.
yeah. That's definitely what happened.
Isn't that the same time he started calling himself the Sixth God?
The Sixth God. Yeah, the God of Toronto, which is 6.
Yeah, that was kind of, that was when he kind of started to portray himself as like a fake mob boss a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same,
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So,
That's like a fake mob boss.
I don't want to say fake mob boss because I feel like every hood, every city, every there's a leader of your section everywhere. Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I never knew Toronto to have a boss, but I'm sure that there is a boss in Toronto. There's a trick version of in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And Drake had to go. And Drake, in my mind, that's who Drake's portraying him. Who we don't know.
Gotcha.
You just said Wayne did it with Birdman. He saw Birdman though. You know, so
Birdman was really doing that shit.
Yeah.
But not Wayne. Wayne wasn't, bro. He shot
they
himself.
Said Birdman had $1 million at 12.
Yeah, this nigga was actually selling dope type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wayne wasn't selling dope, bro. He wasn't selling dope. I don't care as much as he says he was. He wasn't, bro.
But I don't think you have good. And this goes to another topic too. I don't think you got to sell dope to talk about dope.
No, you don't.
Because you can be around dope and still you don't have to sell dope to know dope.
Right. You could just tell the story from different perspectives and stuff like that. Like, yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
But I did have another one besides Drake though. I just wanted to harp on Drake.
Go right ahead.
I just wanted to harp on Drake because like everybody else was doing it. So and I love hating on Drake for real. So mine is Taylor Swift makes music for girls who give teethy head.
So that is literally what I was thinking at the beginning of the topic, and I was like, I can't say that, but maybe we should have. Because honestly, oh my god, like it's. And then for me, it's like I immediately pictured her. Like I just couldn't.
You picture her giving teethy head?
No, that was Kelsey. I'm just thinking of her laughing at the game, and I don't know. Like the pictures, you know what I mean? I just couldn't.
So much teeth in her mouth. It's just like, Travis Kelsey, poor Travis.
And
I always just picture her trying to awkwardly dance at the award shows.
Yeah.
Yes, she really freaked us out with those moves. I think it was the VMAs or something. I don't know what the hell.
I was gonna say, does Taylor Swift make music for people who dance to the words?
That's what they say about. Never mind.
I actually was gonna say that was what I was gonna say for Krishan and Blueface. So I think it's funny that you put that.
Man.
You know, like whoever is dancing to them is not listening to the lyrics, like majority of the time. But I love that one, the Taylor Swift one. Even though I am a champion for women, I love Taylor Swift. I couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry. So if anybody's gonna hate on me, like it is what it is. That was funny.
And it's just the lack of rhythm. That's where it comes from. Like I love Taylor Swift, but just when you think about her songs, like they're not really sexy, right? They're not sexy. They don't. It's just right. It gives you that. It gives you that feel, bro. Like, damn, man. If this was my girl, this might be how the head goes with her. Just off the vibe you get from her music.
You know what? I never even thought about that. Like, she doesn't exude sexy, right?
Not
she
really.
Exude like, I'm your best friend. We're gonna go to the game. Yeah, but she's not exuding like, come here, let me do something. Like, nah. And if she is, that's what you're thinking, unfortunately. That's kind of.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Taylor Swift fans, Swifties.
So yeah, sorry, Swifties. Sorry.
I think it's the red lipstick.
I ain't got nothing on. I ain't got nothing on.
She should never wear red lipstick.
She should never wear it.
I think she needs to, because if otherwise she might not have a whole lot of lip. But let's not even. I don't want to seem like I'm on here. But it's the truth. It's the truth. I know so many women who don't have a whole lot of lips to work with, so they're wearing really loud lipstick. You know what I mean? They're wearing the liner, and you're just like, sis, it's not there. But
it's not there, sis. It's not
they
there.
They need it, though. They're like, I need this little, I need you to see it from across the room. No, I have lips when I'm speaking, so, yeah. But anyhow,
Not present
that was
lips.
I got one for y'all.
Okay,
Oh,
go
who
ahead.
you got?
DJ Khaled makes music for people who don't do anything on group projects.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly,
That's a good one.
I can't even laugh because that's who that nigga is for real. I
That
still
is.
don't know what he does to this day, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what does he do? Like,
I've always just
He's a
wondered. Yeah,
Grammy. He's a
everybody.
Grammy participation artist.
Does he actually produce on any of the records?
I
he
used to
doesn't
think he
make
did,
beats.
but now they saying he doesn't.
He don't make beats. I know he don't make beats. So what is
So
he
he's just the
doing?
middleman. He just gets everyone like, hey, come to my house, to my studio.
Is he just like a spokesperson? Like he just puts his name?
He's the spokesperson.
So the way I originally, because I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody would want to be a Khaled, right? If I can't get Jay-Z on a project, like you can, like the label wouldn't allow Jay-Z and Lil Jon and Drake to all be on the track together, but Khaled, he could do that, or whatever absurdity you put together. It was always the random, collabs that you was getting from Khaled that like, oh, this couldn't happen on its own. It needed Khaled to just like facilitate it. Now I don't feel that way. I used to, but I don't feel that way any longer. I think it's just like we need a Khaled song. So who can we get? But before it was like, oh my God, he got Alicia Keys, Lil Wayne, and Beyonce. Wow. Like how the hell did and John Legend is doing like, it was always this wow factor to it that that wouldn't happen on its own. And I don't feel like that's happening any longer.
I kind of feel like, again, with that whole marketing thing, I think DJ Khaled started off as a great marketer for rappers, musicians, whoever, for the people's music that he was playing, because he is a DJ, right? He started off as a DJ. And then I think he got really smart and was like, I could actually like build a whole brand around this. And so, yeah, I think now, like you said, he might not even be really producing these songs, but because it's one of Khaled's, it's stamped by him, it's on his album or whatever, it's like, oh, it must be a hit. It must be, worthy because he was able to get all these people in the room. He got the best people there. So I kind of feel like, yeah, when people say like that certain people are industry plants, part of me, I'm like, I feel like most of the people that you're pointing out are wrong. I feel like Khaled would be the best example of an industry plant, if there is one, in my opinion.
The thing with Khaled that people forget about, in my opinion, is that he kind of had to establish the fact that he was capable of making these type of collaborations. Because back in the day, it was a very regional based thing on how he like would bring a lot of these artists together. Like it would be a lot of like Florida rappers on one song, then he would get like the like Cash Money side on one song, then he would go out to the West Coast, get those type of guys on one song. Like he wasn't really mixing it up like that. Not until I think when songs like that Bugatti song, like songs like All I Do Is Win, like once songs get a little bigger than just the regional sound, that's when stuff starts to take off. And then, I mean, on top of that, he had already established himself at the time because he had already had a like, I think like 6 or 7, 8 albums at this point. And then by that time, this is around the time that the Snapchat phenomenon happened. So at this point, not only did he stamp himself forever to become like a face that everybody knows, but he was able to carry that into the music. So now he can pull these Jay-Z's on a song and get a Future on the song together. Like that doesn't happen without Khaled now. But he was able to do that by establishing himself early, knowing that he could make those types of collaborations.
Okay, I think
that is a soup. Like you guys, I just want to like quickly say, you guys have been making the most valid points. Like everybody here is true music heads, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be in this space right now because like it's all been just straight valid facts.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like people sometimes doubt us because I'm not a rapper. fucking means. But Eric knows a whole lot about fucking rap history, and so does Marcus. Like, they know a lot about what they're talking about. And I feel like I come from the perspective of like, I am definitely a consumer. I love listening to music. I listen to any type of music if it's good. So when I love just being educated by them and them, breaking things down, because I feel like a lot of the consumers don't know. Like, we just are listening. We don't know the history. We don't know what's important to listen for sometimes.
And at the end of the day, we all fans too. Like, even
Yeah.
though I still don't I don't like everything that is fucking shoved down the throat. That's an industry mainstream. Like, it's some shit that they be trying to push. You see the dollars behind it, you be like, this shit is just not it. But then you consistently fucking hear them, and then you like, okay, now they're around. Now we have to deal with them, and it's just like, damn, so.
Yeah, you know who exactly reminds me of that actually is Sexy Red, for sure. I can't lie. I thought the first time I heard her, I was like, okay, this is like, when Suki will drop a crazy ass song and it'll be online for a week, and then we're all talking about like Suki's last song, talking about eating niggas' asses. Like, okay, we all laughing. You know what I mean? And I thought Sexy Red was going to be the same thing, especially because they're friends. They make the same type of music. Right. But now all of a sudden it's like Sexy is out of here. She's over here on Drake albums and shit, So I think she also is a good person to bring up as my next pick. Sexy Red makes music for people who would consider fucking all of their friends' boyfriends. Like, like, if he got a really nice car, she really might think about it. And if her and old girl fall out, it's like, oh, she's doing it. There's no question about it.
That's
so you gotta have fans. And I truly I pull that from her music, because all she does is talk about, she just wants a crazy ass nigga driving Hellcats, SRTs, blah blah blah.
You know what I knew Sexy Red was gonna blow up?
When?
One time I heard Joe Budden playing her on the podcast.
Yo, same. I was like, it's over.
Yep. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, that's a wrap.
So this is crazy, because in St. Louis, like, I won't. She's not rapping about anything that we haven't heard before. She's not talking about any hood that we haven't heard before. I don't want to say there's nothing special about her, because that sounds like that's a knock, and that's not where I'm trying to go with the conversation. But she's just her. She's her authentic self. Around 2010, 2008, Obama was 08, so around 2010, 2011, there was this YouTube video that went viral. It was these two girls talking about, I got the 40 in the furler, and we riding through Pine Line. Pine Line is like this neighborhood, and like, yeah, I got the 40 in the furler, bitch. I'm doing about 50, and I come behind me in the motherfucking police. Like, this was this real ghetto ass, stupid ass video, right? But that's who Sexy Red was as a child. So like, the 40 and the furler type of chicks is her demographic, and them chicks been around in St. Louis shit forever.
That's the beginning.
Yeah,
forever. And then you, because I'm not even gonna lie, I was not a Sexy Red fan initially, but once it went viral, once it got out of the city, once you saw it picked up steam, then you couldn't be a hater. Then you're like, well, shit, she made it out this ratchet ass city and doing what the fuck she know. How can I hate on it?
Right.
But I definitely agree with that. If you took your man to brunch and y'all broke up or y'all fell out, that she would definitely get some head and eggs.
in front of you too.
Yeah.
Right. No shame.
Like, in the open.
Zero shame. Zero.
What they say? How you like your eggs? Fried or fertilized?
Exactly. Yes.
Fried, please. Fried.
Hey, the fact that you legit place order, like you gonna order some fertilizer, I like. You know what? I think I would like a.
I think I want mine fertilized this time.
Yeah, I'll take a fertilizer.
To go, please.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Hey, I got a producer's pick for everybody involved. So, Allie, this one is specifically for you.
Okay.
And I want you if you feel like this is true. Cardi B makes music for girls that think talking louder is winning an argument.
Yes. She is. I'm triggered. She is me.
Wow.
She's definitely me. Yes, absolutely every time. Mm-hmm. And she
But
needs
I feel like that come from any of them fucking housewives, Mona Scott reunion shows. That's how they fucking win. Like anytime they have all of these bitches in fucking prom dresses, evening gowns and shit on this fucking 32 passenger couch, that they feel like they can fucking win the argument by fucking being louder.
Yeah.
What was the girl who went off about the pizza?
I don't even know.
She because she read the bitch, but then it was silent. She was like, "What you need to know about your husband is that he needed $10 for a pizza."
Oh,
And
she was talking about. She was talking about. Oh, you're saying talking about my husband. Meanwhile, your sperm donor jacked off in a cup just because he needed $10 for a slice of pizza, and that could possibly be the father of your child. Like she read that
shit was hurtful.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, when I tell you, like everybody in the room was just like
silent,
right along. Like we need to just leave that one completely the fuck alone. And it's also funny that you brought up the Love and Hip Hop thing because Cardi was on Love and Hip Hop, and when she had her moment to address old girl who didn't like her, that is exactly how she won her argument. She threw a shoe, and she was definitely screaming at me. So, yeah, you're right.
There's evidence to support.
Y'all remember on Love and Hip Hop? Oh, you'll never be a star. You'll never have a single. You'll never be on Billboard. And at the time, none of them, like, you was like, all these bitches on Love and Hip Hop be in the studio, but no, none of these motherfuckers make no music.
Yes.
Right.
I used to think that. I used to think that watching that too.
I also didn't understand why is none of their music ever on the show? Like, wouldn't the show be the perfect place for y'all to be like in between scenes for B-roll?
They're faking. They're faking. 99% of them are not rappers.
Yeah.
But Cardi was though. Cardi was.
Yeah, she was. She absolutely
LLC. This was for you, sir.
Okay.
Kanye West makes music for dudes who call themselves woke because they watched a YouTube conspiracy theory.
Yes. I agree with that. I used to, when I was real young, and this is nothing against people who probably still believe all that, but I was a conspiracy watcher and an avid Kanye fan. Like, when late
you fell for the dramatic music and the tone and inflection.
Yeah. When they'd be like, oh, Tupac's alive on an island right now. Oh, what? He is? Like, no. Yeah. And then I started listening to it and I'm like, maybe this nigga is, it's just like, yeah. So that was me. So I guess that is true, Shane. That one is definitely true. Unfortunately.
Eric G.
What's up?
The Weeknd makes music for girls who cheat on you with your best friend while you're on vacation in South Carolina.
Very specific.
Hey, yo, I feel like
that's very specific.
I feel like he knew a personal situation.
Why is that so specific?
Why did he?
I just want to know why that's so specific. Holy shit!
Hey, I feel like he was gonna throw down the hat and be like, "Oh man,
right."
Like, God damn it, Shane.
I say yes, but I gotta plead the fifth on my answer.
Right. He's like, it's not me.
That was too real right there. That was way too real. Right there.
Hold on. Did he?
Hey, that's what the memes say, bro.
He said that's what the memes say.
That's what the memes say. I'm just reading, and I know Eric is more familiar with the Weeknd, and so I was like,
"No, fuck that."
Oh, that's funny.
Damn.
With that narrative, we're not saying when we do
what's up?
Saying Eric is heartbroken, like, oh my God, Shane just revealed the craziest shit on bar exam.
Right, that'd be wild.
Hey, have you ever had a chick that was from South Carolina?
Nah.
Eric's like, oh,
No.
Just don't ask him about North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm playing.
Ask the fans out there if y'all have photographic evidence of Eric G with a chick from either of the Carolinas.
Please
Like, share, and subscribe.
he's on that. It's valid.
Oh shit.
Eric, I got one more for you.
All right, what's up?
This one you could probably comment on. You know what I mean? Lil Pump makes music for niggas who fail open book tests.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 1,000%. You can tell that by just listening to the way he does his ad libs. Purely off of that, not even anything else. I don't even know. Does he still make music?
I don't know.
I think he ghostwrites for the Island Boys now. Shit, I don't know.
Yo, he does look like he could be one of their cousins or something like that.
And if they have to
he do look like that.
Song. Let's keep it real. But anyway, Shane, do you got one for Marcus?
I got one for Marcus. Marcus, does Chief Keef make music for niggas who go to Walmart to use their deodorant and then leave?
Do that? Are you serious?
Does Chief Keef make music for niggas who go to Walmart to use their deodorant and then leave? This is what I want to know from Marcus. Does he agree with that statement?
I would agree with that statement, and then I want to take a detour and have a pause. I want to have I need first. Actually, can you come on the screen as well? Okay. This is how I'm gonna close out, and you had no idea of what you just asked was so personally sensitive to me. And I need to know that this is a safe place from everyone on this show. So Shane, Allie, Eric, LOC, I need you to say the words that this is a safe place.
It's a safe
100% a safe place.
This is a safe place.
Absolutely.
So
recently
Old Spice decided that they was going to take the aluminum out of deodorant. And I was like, okay, I'm using this Old Spice deodorant. And then I'm like, but it used to hit all day. Now, like at the end of the day, it's not zesty, but it's like 10, just like, oh shit, you need to hit the shower. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I had no idea that it was this a new aluminum free shit. And like aluminum free to me was always like them chicks who was like wooden toothbrushes, organic and Mother Earth shit. Like, I don't want aluminum free deodorant. Like, I want Old Spice to partner with fucking Reynolds and give me my shit back so I don't stink. Like, I need the cracks and crevices to be like, so like when you said that shit triggered, because like I'm literally going through this shit like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is this deodorant not working the same? All of our Old Spice products are trying to be carbon neutral and aluminum free by 2024. Yep. I'm like, how the fuck
I saw somebody say that. I saw somebody say that on like either Twitter or Reddit or something like that. They was like, that's why I can't date earthy chicks because they be wanting to use all this natural shit. Nah, put some aluminum in my shit.
Yeah, like, and it's just like people who brush their teeth with that black shit.
The charcoal,
right?
Yeah, the charcoal shit.
No, you can't
give me the cuts with the chemicals and all that bullshit.
Just give me the one I've been using, bro. Give me the one I've been using.
If Colgate doesn't have charcoal shit, and they fucking invented teeth, so why the fuck do you think that these little briquettes that you got in this little dollar store brush gonna do a better version on your teeth than fucking Colgate? Can I make better ketchup than fucking Heinz? No. These motherfuckers make ketchup since ketchup.
Then all the natural deodorant people want to come out. You're supposed to sweat. I'm like, not at work. No, I'm not.
No,
right.
You're not.
You sweat all day. Yeah. You better fucking stink. That's the only thing.
No. I'm supposed to not be sweating Whenever
I
I'm
like my
around
white
people.
t-shirts white. I don't want them to look like I peed on my underarms because I sweat.
That's yo.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Eric,
I'm
with
just saying.
I'm
Yo.
with you. 100%.
Hey.
I want my white tees to be white. So don't take the alumina out of my deodorant because then that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey, this is
That's not cool for anybody.
This happened in I don't want to, it's not a friend circle, it was an associate circle. She tried to be very romantic for her man. So she, did one of the real was the Destiny's Child cater to you on his birthday. I want to cater, and they, she didn't had all of this shit, candles and flowers and all this shit laid out. Drew him a bath. He got in the bath. You see the leg up, and you see her with the little the shit that's not a washcloth. It looked like the Christmas ornament shit, like the
loofah stuff, right?
The loofah thing. Yeah. She done gave him a bath, and then she the next part was she was trying to show drying him off, and it was the fucking ring of death around that goddamn tub.
No.
Like this nigga was he had to be sitting in a crock pot of ass, like just and like she put him out there so bad, not knowing, because at this time she just thinking your video is just getting likes and shares. No, you got your man out here, and she did it from a place of love.
Yeah, made him go viral.
Oh, I know them comments was foul. I know them comments was foul.
And they were like, is he gonna take a shower?
Like that. Yeah, like, I mean, bro, the fact that y'all got real tears, hey.
I'm so sorry.
Look at that.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Just letting you know, yeah, he had the ring of death, so that when you said Pete on my undershirt, like I saw that little fucking squiggly heart line ring all the way around this porcelain tub.
Oh my god. Honestly, that is what I think of. Like we said, NBA YoungBoy fans. I feel like that's NBA.
They leave rings. They
leave rings and tubs.
They're leaving rings all around. Oh yeah, hell yeah. But anyway, God, that was a great way to end. That's plenty. We don't even need to talk about anything else. That was fucking hilarious. Anyway, thank you so much, LOC, for coming through. Thank you so much for joining our conversation. Everybody, make sure to go follow him. His socials are right there. What does it say? Boomer Kingsley.
Oh yeah, that's the IG. Yep, y'all can follow that.
All right, sounds good. And Bar Exam crew, thanks guys as always for being here. Eric G, Mr. Marks TV, and everybody at home, thank you guys for watching or listening in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and to check us out every Monday on the Ethos Media Network YouTube channel. We will see you guys on the next one. This is Bar Exam. Bye guys.